Please.
Chalo. Put it up, sweetheart. Put it up, son. Put it up. Ayo. So feeling volume is saying about I think you got to be like this.
No, I am sitting like this.
I put all these, I wear my long dresses because of that to make me very cold. Okay, now that I wear,
So,
yeah, there, yeah. All right, Duke. Upon my power, I may dismiss this court. Dismiss this court means what? I will adjourn this court. Yeah, adjournment, change, cancel of this law, cancel of this case only. Unless Valerio, a learned doctor whom I have sent for to determine this, come here today. I could have very well adjourned, means change this date, change the date of this court. One guy was missing. Why?
exams.
They went away.
They have exams on Monday, so
Okay, fine. Okay, then, all right, so unless a very learned doctor, Bolero, he has to come from Padua. Bolero comes from Padua to determine here and to sort of this case. Because I'm only the Duke. The judge should be Bolero. The lawyer will be Bolero. Celero, my lord, here stays without a messenger with letters from the doctor. Here stays without means outside there is a messenger. Stays means there's a messenger standing there outside with a letter from the doctor. It comes from Padua. So where is Bolero? He is in Padua. Why are they calling him a doctor? He's not a physician. He is the doctor of law. He's the doctor of law. Okay, that means he knows his law. The Duke, bring us the letters, call in the messenger, bring them in. Good cheer, Antonio. What man, courage. Where is he? Correct? Yeah. Good cheer, Antonio. Have courage, Antonio. What man, courage yet. The Jew shall have my flesh, blood, bones, and all. Ere thou shalt lose for me one drop of blood. He said, good cheer, Antonio. Be strong. I am not going to allow that Jew to take any of your blood. Let him take my blood. Let him take my bones. Okay? You shall not lose a single drop of blood because of me. That means, in other words, Bassanio wants to stand in place of Antonio. I am the tainted veteran of the flock, meaning, let me go. Here I am, fellow. You just got married. Let me go. I'm an old person. I'm a diseased man. I'm old. I'm diseased. So let them take my place. Because I don't have a wife. I don't have any children. So if I die, nobody is going to miss me. Let me go. I am the tainted. Tainted veteran means a diseased ram. Meatus for death means ready for death. The weakest kind of fruit drops earliest to the ground. What drops earliest to the ground? The weakest fruit. The old fruit drops down. So I am an old fruit. Let me drop down dead. And so let me, you cannot better be employed, Bassanio, than to live still and write my epitaph. Meaning, in other words, you should live. You are young, okay? And you will live and write a small little poetry. An epitaph means some wordings on my tombstone. So I have given you work to do. Don't die, but write down some words on my tombstone. Enter Nerissa dressed like a lawyer's clerk. They had all gone before, no? They said that they will live. Well, no, Act 2. They said that they are just recently married. Now they are going to live like nuns in a convent, in a chapel. Did they go to the chapel? No, they came to Venice. They came to Venice, dressed up as the lawyer, Portia, and Nerissa the lawyer's clerk. Duke, come you from Padua, from Valerio? Have you come from Padua? Have you come from Valerio? You're a young clerk. Okay, have you come from there? Nerissa, from both my lord. Valerio greets your grace, meaning I have come from Valerio and I have come from Padua. Valerio is the name of the doctor. I have come from him, I have come from Padua, and he gives you his graces. That means his salams, his greetings. Bassanio, why dost thou whet thy knife so earnestly? So he's asking the Shylock, why are you whetting your knife? Whetting means he is dar means he's making it sharp. Why are you sharpening your knife? Wait. The The court has not yet started. Just hold on. To cut the forfeiture from that bankrupt over there. I want to take the pound of flesh from that bankrupt. Who the bankrupt? Antonio. Graciano. Not on thy soul, but on thy soul has Jew. Thou makest thy knife keen, but no metal can. He says, not on the sole of soul means not on the sole of the foot. That is S-O-L-E. But you're making a sin on the sole of your heart. That's so S-O-U-L. Okay, you're sharpening the knife, not on the sole of your foot, but you're making it on the sole of your heart. In other words, you're going to go to hell. Okay, you cannot, you're making it very sharp. Okay, and when you try to sharpen it on the sole of your heart, that metal will be very, very, very sharp. Okay, that metal will be very, very sharp. Means your sin will be very, very grave. No, not the hangman's eye, where half the keenness of thy sharp envy can no praise thee. Even the hangman, the man who's going to hang you, even his axe, which will fall down and cut your neck, will not be as sharp as the knife which you're sharpening with so much of envy. You're sharpening that with so much of envy. That knife of the hangman is not as sharp as the knife that you're sharpening with the anger that you have in you. Can no prayers pierce your heart? Can we not pray and implore you to change your heart? No, none that thou hast written up to make. No, nothing. You don't have the wisdom to make that type of prayer to change my heart. Okay? Graciano. Oh, thou be damned, inexorable dog, uncontrollable dog, cursed dog. He's calling him a cursed dog. And for thy life, let justice be accused. Meaning, and for thy life, let justice be accused. Let us blame the law for keeping you alive, for keeping people like you alive. If at all you're alive, that means the law is faulty. Let us blame the law. Thou almost makes me waver in my faith. Meaning, you try, the way you're behaving, I am very shaky in my faith to hold opinion with Pythagoras, and I will not believe in God, but I am going to believe in Pythagoras. What did Pythagoras say? That the souls of animals infuse themselves into the trunk of men's that curry spirit. That means when animals die, their souls go and get stuck up into the body of a human being. That's what Pythagoras said. Okay, that when animals die, their souls go and get caught up in a human being. Do animals have souls? No. But it's just trying to tell you that this is what Pythagoras has said. Into the trunks of men means they enter into the body of men. Dichoris spirit means you're behaving like that of a spiteful dog, a roadside dog, a mongrel. Govern the wolf who hanged for human slaughter. Your behavior is like of a wolf who has been hanged. Because he ate a human person. Human slaughter, because he slaughtered a human being. That wolf has been hanged. And when that wolf died, his soul went and entered your body when you were in your mother's womb. That is why you are crying for blood. Wolves eat blood. That's why you're crying for the blood of Antonio. Govern the wolf who hanged for human slaughter, even from that gallows with his fell soul fleet. His soul, which came out of his body, came running out, and while you were laying in the hallowed damp, while you were laying in your mother's womb, it got stuck up there, for their desires are wolfish, they're bloody, they're starved and ravenous, because you've got the taste of a wolf. The wolf that is bloody, a wolf is starving, a wolf is ravenous. Ravenous means wanting to eat into flesh. Okay, you're behaving like that. It appears that the soul of a wolf has entered your body when you were in your mother's womb. Shylock, till thou canst rail the seal from my bond. No matter what you say, you can keep on shouting, but you can't take away the seal from my bond. You can keep on saying whatever you want to say. Keep on saying, but you cannot rub out the seal from my bond. Thou bust offended thy lung to speak so loudly. You're talking so loudly, you're talking such a lot, you're only offending your lungs. I am not bothered. My ears are shut. I can't be bothered about what you say. I want my bond. Repair thy wit, good youth, or it will fall to careless ruin. I stand thee for the Lord. You keep on changing, okay? You keep on changing your intelligence, okay? Or it will fall on deaf ears. I am not going to change. I stand for the Lord. Careless ruin means what? Careless ruin means it means incurable ruin. In other words, it will fall on the roadside. Nothing is going to change. Duke, this letter from Valerio does recommend, commandment recommend a young and learned doctor to our court. Where is he? This letter of Valerio says that I can't come because I'm old and I am sick. But a young doctor, a young lawyer is coming and he will fight the case. Who's that young lawyer? Portia. This guy is as a boy and Nerissa is the clerk. Okay? Nerissa. He attended here hard by means he is present here. Hard by means close by. He is present here. Who's saying this now? Nerissa. To know your answer, whether you'll admit him. He's standing there waiting for you to get your answer, whether you'll allow him to enter the court or not. You can't enter without taking permission. With all my heart, some 3 or 4 of you, go give him courteous conduct to his place. Meantime, the court shall hear Valerio said, with all my heart, I give him permission. Go 3 or 4 of you, go and bring him and welcome into the court. In the meantime, let us open up and read Valerio's letter to everybody. Now, please read till then, see whether you have any difficulty. Tell me, I go ahead after that. Finished? How long? Finished?
Yes.
Huh?
Um,
Okay. I continue. Shall I continue? Huh? Okay. Now, Clark. Your Grace, he's reading the letter. Your Grace shall understand that at the receipt of your letter, I am very sick. So at the time when you're receiving this letter, I am very sick. Who's saying this now? Valerio. Okay? But in the instant that your messenger came in loving visitation, was with me a young doctor of Rome. His name is Balthazar. I acquainted him with the cause in controversy between the Jew and Antonio the merchant. He turned over my now see what he says is that yeah. So what Valero is the father, no? Is the Valero is the doctor. Now he says, Your Grace shall understand that at the time when you're receiving this letter, I am very sick. But at that moment that your messenger came in loving visitation means in loving visitation means on a very friendly visit, like a visit, friendly visit. There was with me a young doctor of Rome. His name is Balthazar. Who's the young doctor Balthazar? Portia. Who's the Balthazar then?
So in the portion.
It's supposed to be so his name is Balthazar. I acquainted him with the cause and conflict between the Jew and Antonio the merchant. He turned over many books together. He responded to the point in which practice in our own learning, in which is also enough, committed come with him and man. To fill up your bridges with that. I beseech you that no, she said Balthazar is also the name of the servant.
Yeah.
Here? No? Yeah, now Balthazar, on page 105. Now Balthazar, as I have ever found the honest truth, so let me find this, take the same letter and use it as enough a man to speak it. So she told her servant. Now see, now Balthazar, yeah. Now who is Balthazar? I found him honest and true. But Madam, I will go with, yeah, be gone. So Balthazar happens to be her maid, her servant. Now here what he's saying, is a messenger came in loving visitation. Now, but in the instant that your messenger came, whose messenger came?
The Duke.
Duke's messenger. Where did that messenger came to him to call him? No. The Duke's messenger came to call Dr. Valerio to come to Venice to be the judge. To be the judge. When your messenger came in loving visitation, means in a loving, friendly manner, that was with me a young doctor of Rome. His name is Balthazar. Even the doctor of Rome is Balthazar. That is the young doctor of Rome is who now? Portia. Okay? Now she has come from, he says he's coming, a young doctor of Rome. His name is Balthazar. Now, this is something very funny because Portia has not come from Rome. Portia has come from Venice. She got married, no, sorry. She's come from Belmont. Where is Belmont? Is Belmont in Rome? We don't know. Belmont is not in Rome. Where is Belmont? It's in Italy. Belmont is in Italy. That's Rome only. That's Rome only. Italy, Rome. Okay. So that means she's talking about Portia. But the Duke, not the Duke, the Dr. Bolero has given the name Balthazar to Portia. Okay? A young doctor of Rome. His name is Balthazar. Okay? I acquainted him with the cause in controversy between the Jew and Antonio the merchant. I told him the case between Antonio and the merchant. Antonio and Shylock. Okay. We turned over many books together. Both of us kept on studying the law together. We turned the book and studied the law together. He is furnished with my opinion. Now he is filled with the knowledge which I have furnished with my opinion. Means I have given him all details of how to fight that case. Okay, with all my knowledge, which bettered with his own learning. And he has added on his own learning. He has added on his own learning. Okay, the greatness thereof I cannot enough commend. I just can't command. I can't explain to you how great and how deep is his knowledge. How great and how deep is his knowledge, much better than mine. It comes with him in an opportunity to fill up your gracious requests. And this Balthazar has come into my house at the right time when you wanted me to come to Venice to fight this case. This lawyer has come at the right time. And he is filled with my knowledge. He is filled with a lot of knowledge, plus my own knowledge. And then we both of us looked over many books and we got the knowledge about the case. I beseech you, let his lack of years be no impediment to let him lack a reverent estimation. Since I beg of you, give him all the respect that he requires. He may be looking very young, but his knowledge is very deep of an old man. Give him all the respect that he requires and give him a high estimation. For I never knew a body so old a head. I never known in my life that such a young body can hold such an old head. In other words, I can't believe that such a young body has got such a lot of knowledge. I lead him to your gracious acceptance, whose trial shall better publish his commendation. I leave you to allow him to fight the case, and you'll be very happy to know about the knowledge that he has got to fight the case. The knowledge that he's got to fight the case. Okay? The Duke. You hear the learned Valero, what he has written. So now you all heard the letter from Dr. Valero, what he writes. And here I take it is a doctor come. And here I think is the doctor who has come. Who's coming now? Portia. Enter Portia dressed like a doctor of law. He's just up like a lawyer. Give me your hand. Come you from old Valero, give me a hand means that's a joke. He thinks he's shaking hands with a man. Give me your hand. Do you come from the old Dr. Valero? Portia, I did, my lord. You are welcome. Take your place. Okay, welcome. Take your place on the stand and start the procedure. Are you acquainted with the difference that holds this present question in court? Do you know the reason why these two people are in court? Do you know the reason why? Portia, I am informed thoroughly of the cause. Which is the merchant here and which is the Jew? So I know very well what the cause is, which is who's the merchant and who's the Jew. Duke, Antonia and old Shylock both stand in front of you. Here, both of them are here. Portia, actually, let us see this. What is the name of? We just see the name of Portia as a lawyer. Balthazar. Okay. Antonio. Okay. Portia. Is your name Shylock? Shylock is my name. Portia. Of a strange nature is the suit you follow. Suit means your request. Your request that you're following, that means the request in the bond is very, very strange. Yet in such a rule that the Venetian law cannot impunge you as you do proceed. Yet the law of Venice can't find any fault in this request of yours. Your request is perfect. as per the law. But it is very strange. They are asking for a man's flesh, and man's flesh has got no value. And man's flesh has got no value. Okay? Cannot impinge on you means cannot find fault in you. Okay? You stand within his danger, do you not? So she's talking to Antonio. Don't you think you stand in the middle of his danger? He's a dangerous man. Can you not see that you're standing in the middle of his danger? Antonio, so he says. Portia, do you confess the bond? I do. Then must the Jew be merciful? Oh, what compulsion must I tell me? Then Portia saying, do you think the Jew has to be merciful to you? To the child, on what ground should I be merciful? Give me a reason why I should be merciful with him. Portia. Now it's a very famous speech. The quality of mercy is not strained. Is not strained means it is not given stingily. The quality of mercy is not given stingily. It's not forced upon you. The quality of mercy comes naturally. It's not forced upon you. It droppeth as gentle as the rain from heaven. It drops as gently from the rain as heaven. Upon the place beneath, upon the person beneath. It is twice blessed. Quality of mercy is twice blessed. It blesses him that gives and him that takes. It is blessed twice. That person who gives is blessed, and the person who receives is also blessed. Twice blessed. The mightiest is the mightiest. It becomes the throne monarch better than his crown. Now it blesses the person, the mightiest person. He is a very mighty person because he is sitting on the throne. He is a crown. Okay? But his scepter shows the force of temporal power. But his scepter is what? That rod that the king holds in his hand. That is called a scepter. That is a symbol of power. That power only shows, that's scepter, that rod only shows temporary power. Okay? The attribute to awe and mercy. It shows power, it shows mercy, it shows majesty. Okay? That is only temporary. When the king dies, that power, that majesty all goes. What will remain? His good work. If he has given mercy to somebody, that will show on everybody. Whenever thou sit the dread and fear of king, when anybody sits down, frightened of the king, but mercy is above his scepter's way. But mercy is far more powerful than his scepter. It is enthroned in the hearts of king, meaning the power, majesty is deep inside the heart of the king. It is attribute to God himself, but mercy is an attribute, it is a blessing of God himself. And earthly power doth when show slight likeless God, when mercy sees injustice, and when anybody on earth shows mercy to his enemy, it will appear as if he is God come down on earth. Then, therefore, Jew, though justice be thy plea, though you want justice, consider this, that in the course of justice, none of us should see salvation. We do pray for mercy. Now, you are right in demanding your justice. But when you are demanding your justice, consider this, that you should see salvation. You're taking a man's life. You have to be saved. Okay? We do pray for you for mercy. And the same prayer doth teach us all to render deeds of mercy. We are praying that you have mercy. And we also are praying that all of us show each other mercy. The deeds of mercy I have spoken thus much to mitigate the justice of their plea. I have spoken about mercy and mercy so that you change your mind and do not make this plea that you have made, which follows the strict court of justice, which you are trying to follow according to the strict laws of Venice. Must needs give justice against the merchant here. Is it necessary for you to give him justice? In other words, take your bond from this poor merchant here. Shiloh, my deeds upon my head. If I do something wrong, let curse fall upon my head. My deeds upon my head. I crave the law. I want only I am craving only for the law. The penalty and forfeit of my bond. And I want the penalty and I want the forfeit of my bond. I don't want anything. And if I take anything beyond that, may God curse and give me curses on my head. Then, is he not able to discharge the money? Now he says, is he not able to give you the money? But Samuel, here, I render it for him in the court. I'm giving you so much money in the court. Twice the sum of what will not suffice. Twice I'm giving you the money. Means out of 3,000, I'm giving you 6,000 ducats. I will be bound to pay 10 times over. On forfeit of my hands, I will give you 10 times over. I'm prepared to give you my hands. I'm prepared to give you my head. I'm prepared to give you my heart. And if this not suffice, it must appear that malice bears down fruit, and I beseech you, rest once the law of your authority to do a great right, do a little wrong, and curb this cruel devil of his will. He says, I am prepared to give you my hand, I'm prepared to give you my heart, I'm prepared to give you my body. Okay, I'm prepared to do everything. Okay, but you are not, but that doesn't appear to be satisfying you because in your heart there's only malice, there's only anger, and that anger is bearing down the truth. And I beseech you, rest once the law means for once go against the law, fight against the law, fight against authority. For once I'm telling you, break the law, do the right thing. And by doing the right thing, you're doing a very small little wrong thing, that is breaking the law. Okay? And by doing that, doing the right thing and saving Antonio's life, you're doing a very small wrong thing, but you will be destroying the cruel devil that is in you. Portia, it must not be. There is no power in Venice can alter a decree established. So Portia said it is not possible for you to change the law. Not a single law says that you can change this great law of Venice. The Duke should not have agreed to it in the very first place. But once it is agreed, nobody can change it. It will be recorded for precedent, and many an error by the same example will rush into the state it can be, because it is written down. And if it is changed, it will be forever and ever in history that Venice has not followed the law. And other people who are in the same state like Antonio and Shylock will also come and ask the Duke to forgive them. You forgive one, you've got to forgive others. That is wrong. And every time you will be breaking the law. So don't break the law. He asks for his bond, give it to him. He is right. Okay? Shylock. Oh, Daniel, come to judgment. Yea, ye Daniel, oh wise young judge. Oh, how I do honor thee. Now he's saying, he's calling him Daniel. Who is Daniel? Now, one minute. Daniel actually was a little boy who was chosen by God, okay, to be a ruler of his nation. Okay. Now Daniel actually was a small little boy, 11-year-old boy, and he was a shepherd's son. Now, during his time, there was a very beautiful lady called Susanna. She was taking a bath, and she went in one corner and she was taking a bath. Two men with evil thoughts, okay, they went to her and she refused to do the wrong thing and she went running home. And these two men, because they were not able to do an evil deed with her, they went and they told everybody that this woman has seduced us. This woman was trying to put us into sin. She needs to be killed. So therefore, everybody said, okay, that woman tempted you all, then we have to kill her. So she was being dragged on the road, and all the people of the village were following this girl to the slaughterhouse, to the gallows. This Daniel, this little fellow, he said, never in the history of this village has any punishment been given to anybody without judgment. Find out what is wrong, find out the fault, give her the judgment, and if she really is guilty, then you kill her. So then the old priest, they said, come here, Daniel, what do you mean by that? So Daniel said, take both men separately and ask them what happened. So one man said, she seduced me under the mango tree. Not mango, that time they're under the olive tree. Okay, this fellow said it was not olive tree, it was cedar tree. So both their versions were wrong. From there, they came to know that these two people had evil intentions and not this girl. And that day, this girl was saved, and these two men were put to death. Okay, so he says Daniel is the one who gave justice. So, Portia, because you have said the law of Venice cannot be changed, in other words, you're giving me justice. You are the great Daniel, you are the great Daniel. Now, Portia, I pray you, let me look upon the bond. Let me read the paper properly. Here it is, most reverend doctor, here it is. Shylock, there's twice their money offered here. He said, twice they have offered you. You have asked for 3,000, they have offered you to give you 9 times that money. Shylock, an oath is an oath. I have an oath in heaven. Shall I lay perjury upon my soul? No, not for Venice. He said, an oath is an oath. A promise is a promise. I made a promise. I swore on the Bible. I swore on my soul. I will not go against Venice. Okay? Portia, why this bond is forfeit, and lawfully by this the Jew may claim a pound of flesh to be cut off nearest the merchant's heart. Be merciful, take price and money, bid thee pay the bond. So Moshe says, your bond is perfect. There's no problem with your bond. It is correct. But what does it say? It is saying take 1 pound of flesh very close to the person's heart, and he's going to die. So why don't you forgive him? Let it go. Take the money. Take the money and go away. Shylock. When it is paid according to the tenor, if thou appear thou a worthy judge, you know the law, your exposition had been most sound, I charge you by the law. He says, no, it will, tenor means the actual meaning of the bond. Tenor means when it is paid according to the tenor. Tenor means when the bond is paid according to the wordings. The wording says 1 pound of flesh, 1 pound of flesh. No 9 times money. No 9,000 ducats. When it is paid by the what you say, by the terms of the bond, it doth appear you are a worthy judge. That means you are a very, very good judge. You know the law, your exposition, you know the law, you know the understanding of the case. Had been most sound, I charge you by the law. Your judgment is perfect, I charge you to follow the law, and the law alone. Whereof you are a well-deserving pillar. You are a very strong support of the law. So therefore you have to follow the law. Proceed to judgment. By my soul I swear, there is no power in the tongue of man to alter me. I stay here on the bond. I swear there's no power in the tongue of any man who will make me change my bond. Antonio, most heartily I do beseech the court to give me justice. Okay, thank God. Let the court give me judgment. I'm not bothered. I'm ready to die. Portia, why then thus it is? You must prepare your bosom for the night. Okay, if you're ready to die, then take off your shirt and expose your bosom so that he can make the cut. Oh, noble judge, oh, excellent young man. That means Shylock is getting his revenge. Portia, for the intent and purpose of the law had full relation to the penalty which here appeareth due upon the bond. Meaning, for the full amendment, I hope you follow the full meaning and the full scope of the law. Okay, the full relation. Yeah, for the intent and purpose of the law had full relation of the penalty means the full penalty will apply. Full penalty of this will apply. You will follow as per what full penalty? That you are going to take only 1 pound of flesh. You are not taking less than 1 pound, you will not take more than 1 pound. So we will, for the intent and purpose of the law, at full relation to the penalty, means we will go exactly according to the penalty, which here appeareth upon the bond, which appears here. Oh, very true. Oh, wise enough, gender. How much elder art thou than you look? Oh, well, you look so very, very young, but your mind is very, very old. Yes, we will stick to the law. Portia. Therefore, lay bare your bosom. Okay. Ah, his breast. So say the bond. It's not noble judge, nearest his heart. Those are the very words. Yes. Let him expose his breast so that it has to be closest to his heart. Isn't that what is written in the bond? Yes. 1 pound. Yeah. Portia. Is it so? Are they balanced here to weigh the flesh? Is it so? then have you got a balance? Thoroughly to weigh the flesh? I have them ready. They're ready. Posture. Had by some surgeon Shylock in on your charge to stop his wounds lest he bleed to death. Have you kept a surgeon close by? Have you kept a doctor close by to attend to his wounds? Otherwise he bleeds to death. You're taking only 1 pound of flesh. You're supposed to take only 1 pound, nothing more. What if he dies? Have you kept a surgeon close by? It is not normally in the bond. Why should I? Nothing is mentioned like that in the bond. Is it mentioned like that? Portia. It is not so expressed. But what of that? To a good to do you so much of charity. It is not mentioned in the bond. But then it is good for you to do a little charity. If he dies, okay, then it will be a problem. So therefore, keep a surgeon. That is, be little bit charitable to this man. I cannot find it. It's not in the bond. He said, I have not, nowhere in the bond it is written that you have to keep a surgeon. Portia, come merchant, have you anything to say? Come Antonio, do you have anything to say? Antonio, but little, I am armed and well prepared. I have very little to say. I am armed with courage. I am well prepared. Give me your hand, Bassanio, and fare you well. Grieve not that I am following this for you. Please don't feel sorry that all this has happened upon me, has come upon me because of you. Because he lent him the money, no? For herein fortune shows herself more kind than is her custom, it's still her use. For here fortune is very, very fortunate to me. Now what does he mean by that here? Fortune, Lady Fortune is a very funny person. She gives the wrong gift to the wrong person. If she makes you very, very beautiful, she'll give you a bad character. And if she makes you an ugly woman, she'll give you good character. If she gives me a lot of money, she'll make me very old so that I can't enjoy that money. And if she makes me poor, give me youth. But in this case, fortune is very, very fair to me because she's taking away my money and I'm getting my death. So my death is coming along with my misfortune because I don't have any money. And if she gives me a long life, how will I live? I got no money. So now there's no money and there's not going to be any life. So fortune here is very fair to me. To let this wretched man outlive his wealth, he's allowing me to die, okay? To die and not to outlive his wealth. Not to live long because I don't have any wealth to live. To view his hollow eye and wrinkled brow at the age of poverty from which lingering penance. Now, I mean, he's not making me sit down here and when you're old, your eyes are sunken in, no? And with his old eyes and with his old wrinkled brow, I don't want to live in poverty. I'm old, I can't see, and on top of it, I'm poor. Thank God, fortune is taking away my life. Of such misery doth she cuts me off. She's cutting me off from being old and from being poor. Commend me to your honorable wife. Commend me means remind me or remember me to your wife. Shylock is telling Bassanio, when I die, you remember me to your wife. See the
Antonio is telling to the son, not Shylock.
Antonio is telling Bassanio, remember me to your wife. He does not know that the wife is standing in front of him in the form of Balthazar, Portia. Okay? Tell her the process of Antonio's death. Tell her how Antonio met his death. Say how I loved you. Speak fair of me in death. And then the tale is told. And when the story is told, bid her the judge whether Bassanio had not once left. Let her judge that Bassanio lost a very beautiful man who loved him very much. Repent not that thou shalt lose your friend. Don't feel bad that you have lost a friend. And he repents not that he repays. And because I am not repenting that I'm giving up my life to repay your debt. For if the Jew do cut deep enough, I'll pay instantly with all my heart. Because if the Jew takes a deep cut, he will kill my heart. He will touch my heart. Bassanio, Antonio, I am married to a wife which is dearer to me as life. I am married to a wife who is very, very dear to me, even dearer than life. But life itself, my wife, and all the world are not with me esteemed above thy life. But my life and my wife are not more important to me than your life. Than your life. I would give it all and I'll sacrifice them all. Here to the devil to relieve it. I'm prepared to lose my life. I'm prepared to even lose my wife. Just to get rid of this devil that's standing in front of me. Now, Portia said, your wife would give you little thanks for that. If your wife was here, she would not thank you for you have made this statement. But you're prepared to give her up also for the sake of that devil, Shylock. If she were hereby to hear you to make the offer, if your wife was standing here to hear you make this offer, she would not like you. Okay? Graciano. I have a wife whom I protest I love. I also have a wife whom I have professed my love. Okay? I would she were in heaven so she could entreat some power to change this cursed Jew. I wish she died and went to heaven, and there in heaven she would plead to God to change this man's heart. Both of them are wishing that their wife died for the sake of Shylock. Narissa, this one you offer it behind the back. The wish you make else is unquit how. It's very nice that you're making this type of a wish in the absence of your wife. Because if you had made it in the presence of your wife, your house would be unquiet. Your house would be full of fight. Shylock, these be Christians' husbands. These are the type of husbands who are prepared to sacrifice their wives and the love for the wife for the sake of this money. I have a daughter. Would any of the stock of Barabbas had been her husband rather than a Christian? With trifle time, I pray these pursue sentence. He says, I also have a daughter who went and got married to a Christian, and he's like Barabbas. Now, who is Barabbas? Barabbas, that Christian husband, is like these two husbands, and like that Barabbas who died along with Jesus. Okay? Don't waste time. Come on, go ahead with the bond. Who is Barabbas? Now, when Jesus died, I don't know whether you've seen that picture, his cross was in the center, and there were two robbers on either side. One robber was Barabbas. Now, that one robber, Barabbas, he was such a wicked man. He killed so many people. He stole so much of money. He murdered people. He destroyed many homes. Yet, when Pilate said, whom do you want me to relieve? Barabbas or Jesus Christ? They all said, crucify Jesus Christ. So therefore, they crucified him. Okay? And Barabbas was also, but he was not crucified. He was going to tie to the cross, and then finally his legs were broken. His legs were broken. But in Jesus Christ, he died, and then they pierced the sword, and blood and water came out, flew out from the left hand side of his body. Okay, so the people, so he says, see, these Christians' husbands are worse than that robber who died on the cross. Not worse than the robber who was crucified along with Jesus. This is the fact, he said. Then, it doesn't matter now, don't bother, come on, let's go ahead with the justice. Portia, a pound of that same merchant's flesh is thine. The court awards it and the law does give it to you. So what is the law? The law says 1 pound of flesh of that merchant's flesh is yours. The law says it and the law will give it to you. Shylock, most rightful judge, you are giving me my justice. Now you want to go further. I'm a little bit tired now, okay? Only 8 more pages are left. You should have told me in the beginning. I would not have wasted my energy. Five minutes more, no?
I'll try to come on Saturday.
Huh?
I'll try to come on Saturday, then we'll finish.
Yeah, we'll finish this up. Let me do this one page and we'll finish it. And you must cut his flesh from his breast. The law allows it and the court awards it. Okay, same thing. Shylock, oh learned judge, a sentence, come on, prepare it. Portia, wait a little, there is something else. This bond that give you here no jot of blood. The word expressly said a pound of flesh. Take thou thy pound of flesh. But in the cutting, if thou dost shed 1 drop of Christian blood, their lands and goods are by the law of Venice confiscate unto the state of Venice. The law says, the bond says, only 1 pound of flesh, not a drop of blood. That's not mentioned. But if you take 1 drop of blood from here, then what's going to happen? All your land and all your property will belong to the Venice. Confiscate means the law or the court of Venice will take it away from you and it will belong to Venice. So take the pound of flesh, 1 pound only, not 1 drop of blood. Okay? Gratian, oh upright judge, Mark Jew, oh learned judge, Gratian started, oh good Jew, listen, Mark Jew, listen to what she has to say. Okay? Shalom, is that the law? Does the law say that? Portia, thyself see the act, read the act, you yourself put it. For as thou urgest justice, be assured thou shalt have justice more than thou desire. You want justice, you will get justice much more than you desire. You will get your justice, not to worry. Gratian, O learned judge, Mark Jew, a learned judge. Shalom, I take this offer then, pay the bond price and let the Christian go. Okay, then I take up your offer. Give me 3 times the money and let the Christian go. Now he wants his money. But leave it please. I'm not feeling quite well. It's hot over here. Are you feeling hot?
Yes.
I thought I was feeling hot. Okay, children, we'll find. What happened to you?
It's due to the weather change.
It's
due to the weather change.
Yeah, that is correct. Remember, please come on Saturday. I will finish it up. And then as soon as I finish it up, only this one, then you can go home. Okay, just tell Meena, ma'am, you come take this lesson, tell, remind me. I'll finish it up, then you go home. Huh? In the meantime, you study your other lessons. Are you able to understand my explanations?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good night. Thank you, ma'am.